All right. What's up, everybody? I think we're live. I'm having issues with StreamYard telling me that I had an issue, but I think we're live. If we're not, somebody tell me. Anyways, Monday Night Football live stream, joined by Bridget, who was a staple on our channel doing these streams last year. Bridget, it's been a while. How are you?
I know. Well, so happy to be here. Thanks for having me back. I'm glad I made the cut again.
Of course. No, you're a popular guest. People are dying trying to figure out when you're going to be back on.
Love it.
Yeah, I think it's just something with. Oh, there we go. All right, we're now live on Twitter. That was the issue. Anyways,
okay, great.
Doesn't matter. Good to go. Yeah, so we got a pretty good game tonight. Jets versus 49. I mean, Aaron Rodgers on Monday Night Football to start his Jets career. What could possibly?
It doesn't get better than that.
Wrong?
It doesn't get better than that.
Especially,
yeah, I mean, it can't be. Nothing could be worse than what happened last year. So it's only up from here.
Well, yeah, that's the scary part. Is like we saw this. I can't believe they put him on Monday Night Football again.
I know it's like deja vu.
Yeah, just put them on a 1 p.m. Sunday game where, I mean, obviously it'd be big news if he gets hurt again, but it would not be on national television 4 snaps into his Jets career. But anyways.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, pretty wild.
I'm 100% with you on this. So I know everything will be fine, but just, we'll sketch. But
yeah, one of my friends, a Jets fan, texted me like, for the first time in 15 years, the Jets play a meaningful week 1 game, minus 4 snaps from last year. And I was like, maybe. I mean, it could happen again. You never know.
I know, and hopefully it's not. There's no fan base that has more hope without delusion. Like, I don't think Jets fans are delusional. I think they just are really good at constantly having hope. And so I hope that at least this continues to bring that to Jets fans, and we'll see if Aaron Rodgers really has anything left in the tank.
Yeah, sorry, I was laughing at the comments. Yeah, the famous shirt, for those of you that are in the know, I'm curious, before we get into the game, I want to know your opinion on this. So I wore this shirt on a live stream over the summer, and it's from like one of my favorite anime. So people that were commenting on it, I was like, that's awesome. And
I was going to ask what it was.
Yeah, it's from Naruto, which is an anime. So what happened was, I had just run and then showered right before hopping on the stream. And then I wore the shirt. And then the next morning I woke up, my routine is I run in the morning. So the next morning I woke up, I ran, I showered, I put the shirt back on. So I wore the shirt in 2 straight streams and was just getting just roasted in the comments for being just disgusting, dirty, just my hygiene just at like 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like that. Right. That's not I showered in between wearing, you know what I mean? Like the shirt wasn't washed, but
I do that all the time.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I thought you were going to say it became somehow your lucky shirt. Like you wore it and you won a huge parlay and then you can't stop wearing it on stream.
No, it's the opposite. People were like, now whenever I go on that person's stream, if the shirt's clean, I wear it. Cause then people are just like, oh, he never wears that shirt.
You have to. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Even my fiance, who would love to make fun of me, was like, you probably should have known better than to wear it on the second stream, but it's not a disgusting, like what you did wasn't gross. So I was like, anyways.
Was normal. Absolutely. But you know what? Whatever gets the comments going. So I'm here for it.
It wasn't on my own channel, but the comments were definitely on fire for that one. So yes, Josh.
See? Yeah, the shirt is here. Yeah.
And this is
whatever
funny.
Gets the comments going now,
This is also what I was laughing at. I think that's misspelling your name, but
it is, but it's okay.
Always fun to roast Slop. And then shout out Connor. I believe I was gonna say I thought he was a Naruto fan. Anyways, I'm sure people tune in to hear me talk about my lack of hygiene. Anyways, we can get started on the Jets 49ers game. So we'll start off with, as we did last year, with main lines. As you can see, odds, these are all via FanDuel. Jets plus 4.5, 49ers minus 4.5, over under at 43.5. Is there anything you like here? We'll talk about player props after in terms of the main lines.
Okay, so this is a little bit of the superstitious, a little stitious in me.
Not superstitious.
I'm actually looking at it's just a little stitious. Yeah. I'm looking at the under here. I like under 43.5. I know this line has continued to move until we've, hit today. And so I don't think, if it moves any further down I don't know how I feel, but hey, just incredible. You read my mind. Yes. So I'm actually taking the under here, under 43.5. It is Monday Night Football. I always get screwed when I get excited to take too many, anytime touchdowns on Monday night.
Sure.
And these just end up being low scoring games no matter what. Um, and this is a Jets defense that I am excited to like see in full form, and there's a lot of potential because you look at the roster and with a healthy, well, I mean, even just with a healthy Aaron Rodgers too, like
Yeah.
Jets team can be really good, and we all know that. And I think there's a lot of extra pressure on the Niners tonight because we've been kind of all over the place with understanding what's going on with Christian McCaffrey's health. Obviously, all the Brandon Ayuk drama, Trent Williams drama, like
Trent
there's
Williams. Yeah.
drama, and I think there's a lot of eyeballs that could affect the mentality of this team tonight. And I just think we're sitting at under points here tonight.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on the under. I mean, it's two awesome defenses. We've no like if Kirk Cousins is any indication, we should not expect Aaron Rodgers to look that great tonight. Like Kirk was terrible.
No.
I mean, granted, Kirk was obviously never as good, and Kirk tore his Achilles later, so you can
That
make
hurt
excuses.
that hurt my heart though yesterday seeing
He-
that. Like he just
did not.
Oh.
He did not look good at all.
Mhm.
And then and also I feel like even if Aaron Rodgers looks fully healthy, whatever you want to call it, they're probably going to slow roll him. Like there's no way they're just going to feed him to the Wolves, especially off a good pass rush from the 49ers. And
for sure,
the offensive line for the Jets is, people are telling me that it's good this year, but it's brand new. They have like 3 new starters.
Right, we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm 100% with you on the under. I didn't actually bet it myself. As long as you can, in my opinion, the key number of 42.5, because then you're kind of like in numbers divisible by 7.
Yeah.
You want to kind of stay below the 42.5. But
yeah,
43.5. Last I checked, I believe the under was favored. Let me pull up FanDuel real quick. Like favored meaning you were getting worse odds. Like it was the more likely.
Right.
So the under is -115, the over is -105. I would still take that at -115. I actually bet it. I'm debating it. I like it. If you had to, one thing I completely forgot to mention is that I'm tracking all of the official live stream bets now. So I have a spreadsheet. I meant to put it in the chat. I totally forgot.
I love that.
So is the under a play that you are officially on, or just giving it out as a lean?
I'm you know what? I'm officially on it.
I love it. All right.
I gotta go with confidence here because I've gotten screwed every time that I get too excited about scoring on Monday Night Football. So I'm going with,
these primetime games.
I just gotta do the opposite.
These primetime games
really sound logic.
Well, the primetime games definitely tend to trend towards the under. I forget when I did a deep dive back when I was still working on OddsJam, and like people just want to bet overs, and if they're watching a game,
way more
they want
fun.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
we always I know everyone says this, but we always say this in my chat on my Twitch channel is like, life's too short to bet the under. So I usually only search for overs that I like. I won't just bet the over to bet the over, but it's a little bit more manageable as far as when I'm streaming live. It's more exciting with other people to get excited about waiting for something to happen instead of waiting for something not to happen. So I feel like I bet more unders less publicly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's also like if you're watching a game and you're on an under, like the clock has to hit 0 or the player gets hurt.
Yeah, it's way more stressful. Like I need like 4 glasses of wine. Like it's just not.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm with you on the under. I didn't actually bet it. I'm debating it. I think it's solid. If we're talking about the actual like 4.5 or just like who you think wins straight up, I would lean, and I'm definitely not betting this. I would lean towards the 49ers -4.5.
Okay.
Mostly just because I need to see it first with the Jets. Like you're like a 41-year-old quarterback with an offensive line that's been bad for over a decade, coming off of a torn Achilles. I just need to see it. And I've seen the 49ers be awesome. Granted, I'm with you. There's a lot of unknown, and I feel like they kind of have blow up potential. Like things can combust if they start like 1-3. It could just granted, people got paid, so maybe people are fine. But anyways, I would lean towards the 49ers because I need to see it first. If you had to give out a play on the spread, where would you go? I
think I'm with you, which is interesting because I feel like most of what I've seen is a lot of people are on the Jets covering. But I still like the Niners here. I should have looked. Well, yeah, I still do like the Niners here because what minus 105. You're getting better odds too.
Yeah, it's
So
minus 105. Yeah.
a little bit, but still.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, it is. It's minus 105 versus minus 115. And I
Yeah.
checked the odds that you see on the screen are still the current odds
Oh,
at
amazing.
FanDuel.
Okay.
Yeah. People are a lot high on the Jets. Like the spread's been, I think it was like 4 or like
It
5.
was, yeah.
Or was it the opposite? Did it start at 4 going to 4.5 or 5 and go to 4.5?
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it went from 4 to 4.5.
Maybe I'm thinking the opposite. Maybe because I had someone on one of my,
maybe I'm
like,
totally wrong.
I could probably look up line movement somewhere, but I'm just thinking of someone who came on my stream on Friday as a Jets fan, and he was like, I think the Jets are going to win. He's not normally a homer. He's not a homer, but he's like, I think they're going to win. They have a deep playoff run in them. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I got to see it.
Yeah. 100%. No, I need to see reps. I need to see everything. I mean, this is why this is completely unrelated, but that's also why, like, I'm not too hard on
Well, I'm seeing both. I just wanted to pull up. It went from 4 to 4.5.
Everyone's all over the place.
So maybe both people could be right. It could have opened at 4.5.
Yeah, maybe different books had it.
Or it just went from 5.5 to 4 to now
to 4 to 4.5. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, a lot of that does depend on Christian McCaffrey because, he had a couple games to finish the season where he had 2 touchdowns. So, and I mean, and anytime Christian McCaffrey touchdown felt like a lock every single week last year.
Basically was.
And so I think probably monitoring him and his health was probably part of that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. So yesterday, Mike is saying it was 4.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought it recently was 4. So,
I'm guessing both people are right. I'm guessing Justin is right.
Yeah,
it's
probably right.
Mike is right. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I'm an Aaron Rodgers hater, but I would also like to watch him play football this year. I think he's ridiculous. Like he talked after the season about like people that weren't committed to winning, like to get that, like anything that wasn't committed to winning to get that BS out of there. And I'm like, dude, is getting in a vaccine war with Travis Kelce, is that what your definition of consent? So like, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan, but I would like to watch him play football.
Yeah. Totally. No, I'm with you. And you don't want to see the injuries. And I want to see him have like kind of ride off into the sunset, whether that, I don't know if that means he wins another Super Bowl, but I don't want to see him fizzle out with 4 MVPs. I mean, the guy doesn't deserve to go out what we thought last year could have been a career ender, but the guy deserves a little bit of a, retirement run. Yeah.
You at least want him to be able to leave on his own terms, not because he just keeps getting hurt. Yeah. So, all right. So sounds like we're kind of aligned on, like, I like the under. Yeah. Let's talk props. So you mentioned the Christian McCaffrey touchdown angle. So someone in my Discord got it at minus 115. I wish I had bet it at that number.
Seriously?
And then I bet it on FanDuel at minus 145.
It's minus 170 right now.
Yeah. And then when I went to like record a YouTube video about it and give it out, had bumped up to minus 160. Now it's at, as you said, minus 170.
Yeah.
Honestly, if anything below minus 200, I think is a play personally.
Ooh.
Because you look at what he did. I mean, I get it. It's a different team. It's a different season. He's coming off of injuries, good defense, whatever. You look at last year, he scored a touchdown in 16 of 18 games. Mm-hmm. One of the games he only played the first half, and then they took him out because it was at the end of the year and the game didn't mean anything. So basically 16 of 18 games. If you go back the last 2 years, 21 of 27 games. That includes playoffs, by the way. He had 5 games in which he scored 2 touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns in one game. He had 4 touchdowns in one game. And again, he only didn't score a touchdown in 2 real games. So in my opinion, even if he's limited today with the injury, well, they're going to play him and they're probably going to limit him between the 20s. You know what I mean? Like in the red zone, they'll probably go.
Why not?
With him.
100%. Yeah.
And then different season, whatever. Last year, his anytime touchdown,
which is why I'm staying away from his rushing yards. I will say.
Well, totally agree. But my last point is just that if you look at last year, his anytime touchdown was in the 300s. And like he scored in games that they lost. He scored in games in which they played good defenses. So they have Trent Williams back, who like he's missed training camp before. I think he'll be fine. Even though like if the offense struggles, like if they get close, they're going to go to Christian McCaffrey, and anything below minus 200. I'm in on.
He's still so clutch. So interesting enough, my play was to take him on first touchdown at plus 370. So
first touchdown. Okay.
I know that is not usually something I ever do, but yeah, that was what I was looking at. And plus 370. I don't know. Again, it is hard, but I think regardless, he's going to get the ball at some point. Why not sprinkle a little bit of something on there at plus 370? To me, it's just like, it's too tempting. I'm like a kid watching a lollipop.
Yeah, I mean, sorry. Yeah, I'm not a huge first touchdown guy because it's like who gets the ball first, and then like it's so random.
For sure, it's so random. I would never say put your mortgage on a first touchdown.
Of course. I will say, I mean, Derrick Henry scored the first touchdown on Thursday night. Saquon Barkley.
I had that.
So like, oh yeah, good for you.
So maybe that's part of it. Is I'm just really feeling myself from Thursday.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I called the Derrick Henry first touchdown, so I think I'm just feeling myself from that. So
I mean, yeah, but I mean, feel away if I'm what are the odds? Like 600, 700?
Who?
For the Henry one.
Oh, God, what was it? It was something. I mean, it was something really juicy. So I don't even remember now. That was too long ago for me. I don't remember anything past last night. So
a whole 4 days ago. That's fair. All right. So I'm on Christian McCaffrey anytime. You're on first touchdown.
Love it.
I should put those in the stream. Is there anything? Or sorry, in the.
Well, I mean, that's the first touchdown's really a for funsie, but I'm more with you on the anytime. But
yeah,
you know.
Is there any other player props that you like aside from McCaffrey?
I'm actually liking Kyle Juszczyk over, gosh, what is it, 3.5 yards? It's different on different books, and I think you're getting great odds on FanDuel because let me go back. Over 3.5 yards. He hit this a lot coming into the last 7 games of the season, and I think he was just a lot more usable, and especially. I know that the Jets are really good at covering tight ends. So there's a reason actually why I'm on Debo a little bit more I'm kind of blending props here. I do have a little bit of something on Debo receiving yards because I think they'll be feeding him a lot more. And Kittle's going to get a little stuck. And I don't think Ayuk will be as engaged. But let me go back. Let's see. Here we go. No, that's alt. Come on, Juszczyk, where are you? It's because he's always at the bottom. Damn it. Over 3.5 at plus 100. It actually was plus 110 earlier, but so I actually see like a ton of value here, and I feel like that's a mistake because elsewhere I can't say, but it's different.
Different in a better or worse way.
In a worse betting way. Like this is
got it. Okay, yeah. And was that rushing or receiving yards?
Sorry. Receiving.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure. Yeah. And then you had Debo Samuel.
Okay, because let's see. So because he went over this line twice in playoffs. The last and last 5 of I think it was 5 of 8 games. I have to look again. But the last 5 games, he totaled 64 receiving yards. So, and we all saw it. I mean, you don't even have to remember the stats.
I mean, they love him.
He just was getting used a lot more.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
I mean, fair point from Jeff. If you don't put a mortgage on first touchdown scores, how do we buy a jet ski? It's a fair point.
That's a great question. Don't buy a jet ski on Monday Night Football props. I would say go back to Sunday. Blend your college, have a nice little college football and NFL mash up parlay. So
put your mortgage on that.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Late to the party, but love the underplay. Yeah. Seems like, people are in alignment on that. Waffling on, the Debo anytime touchdown, I think makes sense. I think like if it's not going to be McCaffrey, it's going to be Debo.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. And then, I'm kind of with everybody on fading Ayuk in week 1 because it just like we saw it with Jamar Chase and the Bengals. Like it just takes time. At least CeeDee Lamb got his done earlier, so he was able to get enough time in camp.
Right. And it's just, and I think for me, it's like Ayuk. To me, I'm like, do you see the team you're on? Like, I just felt like there's a little.
He just wanted his money. But yeah, I mean, you're not going to find yourself in a better situation.
Like, you're so replaceable, because like everyone gets a turn. That's what's really fun to watch about with the Niners, but can make things really difficult because the workload can be spread a lot more evenly than with other teams. I always feel good about a CeeDee Lamb bet, always, because I almost always know that he's going to hit over his yards or get a touchdown. So it's not like that with the Niners, which is the fun part, but also it's a little nerve-wracking as a bettor for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's what makes him so good. It could be McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, or even like Juwan Jennings had 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
so,
and that's something for me. Like if you're a DFS player, I always look at those fantasy points. And how much, I feel like that's where Christian McCaffrey really shines because you don't know, maybe he might get more of a receiving workload, or maybe he's more in the red zone consistently and scoring a lot. And so DFS wise, that's why he's always such good value.
Oh, McCaffrey for sure. He's always the most expensive, but for
totally
good reason.
Expensive but worth it.
Yeah. I mean, anybody that had him on their fantasy team last year won, which I did not. So I did not win. All right. So did you like the Debo receiving plus rushing?
I'm over Debo receiving yards.
Okay. So
I believe, let me pull.
So not because with Debo, I always get nervous. The reason why I'm asking is because with Debo,
I'm not on receptions, which usually receptions is my favorite prop. And I'm a little nervous. I'm more on this because I think that George Kittle is going to be like covered a lot. And let's see. Wait, where was
that? No, I get the receiving. We're not liking the receptions for Debo. I always get nervous. Like you take his receiving yards and then he has a 50-yard rush because they use him so much in the running game. Like Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, 13.5 rushing yards is solid. It's solid for Debo.
I do like that. Yeah, I do like the over 13.5 rush. Actually, who's rushing yards? I forgot about this. I don't know why. And I'm actually taking a look at Brock Purdy rushing yards. This line is a little bit lower than I expected. Not that he's usually a big scrambler, but he did it. What Super Bowl? I think he rushed for 12 yards or something.
I can pull it up.
What?
I said I can pull it up.
Yeah. This is actually something that I do love. So last season his biggest rushes were against top tier pass rushes. So like the Vikings, the Bengals, the Bucks, the Lions. It was 12 yards.
Yeah,
against Kansas City.
And he had 48.
So, and his rushing line was 11.5. So so I'm actually that is something I like a little bit more even.
I mean, he had 12 in the Super Bowl, as you mentioned. He had 48 in the NFC Championship game, and then he had 14 in their first playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, when the games are important, he does seem to like to run.
He knows. Yeah.
Mahomes is kind of in a similar boat where, like, in the important games, he always tends to run more.
Figures out a way. Yeah.
I'm on one more play before I get to the questions.
Yeah, please. You haven't revealed your props.
Well, no, the McCaffrey one was one of mine.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
The other one that I took, and initially I gave it out as an honorable mention, and then I decided to change my mind, and I took it as an official play. It's Breece Hall, 5+ receptions. So I got it at a decent price. Let me see. It's right now offered at plus 120. Yeah.
Yes, over 4.5 at plus 120. Ooh.
Yeah, I would take that. So
yeah, absolutely. I'm 100% with you.
So like last year, Breece Hall had 75 receptions on 95 targets. Now, you can make those are Zach Wilson targets. So you can make the argument that like catching 75 from him is like catching 450 if you just multiply it out a little bit.
Right.
Or you can say their offense was so bad with Zach Wilson that he was just constantly throwing it to Breece Hall. So there are two sides of that coin.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Regardless, Rodgers loves to throw that running backs. He did it all the time when he had Aaron Jones.
Yep.
Back in his
sure.
Yeah, back in his Green Bay days. And this 49ers defense are kind of like a pass funnel specifically to the running back. Like they're so good basically everywhere. There's such a good pass rush. And they let the quarterback dump it off to the running back because they'll just swarm. Like Fred Warner is such a good, it's like swarming tackler, stuff like that. So I feel like even if the offensive line is better than what they were last year, I don't think they're going to be a good offensive line. I think it's going to be a ton of dump offs to Breece Hall, who's awesome. Like you could just give him a screen pass and he could take it 20 yards. So I think that's like I said, I gave it out as a honorable mention. I ended up playing it because I do think it's solid. And those are the only two official ones that I was on today.
Okay.
So it's 5. And one thing I wanted to ask you about, because we've gotten a ton of comments and I've seen a ton of people on him in general, but Allen Lazard, did you have any thoughts?
I didn't, but I had fun with him last year. What were people taking?
Well, I saw someone that works for Action Network on his anytime touchdown. Someone in my YouTube comments was on him anytime touchdown. Byron's best bets in YouTube comments is Al Lazard anytime touchdown. Jeff was asking him about 4+ receptions at +800, and then it's actually +600.
Yeah, because his main reception line is at 1.5 at -138.
Yeah, so if you pump that bad boy up to alt receptions, I don't even see that on FanDuel.
Oh, he's not even available.
So they don't even let you. That's lame. So maybe you have to take that elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, I'm personally not on that. I think Allen Lazard's washed. I don't think he's any good.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of checkdowns. Like I like Tyler Conklin. His receptions, I think, is solid for kind of similar logic.
Yeah.
3.5 is +112. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't have anything on Lazard. People that I respect are on him, so I'm not going to say that it's dumb, but it's just not where I went personally.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. 3.5 +112. Oh my gosh. I always don't get, because I was gonna say over 4 receptions at +106. You're getting better with the main. Yeah. That's a good play. I didn't even go to Conklin.
Yeah, it's just similar logic to Breece Hall, like just the check down stuff. Right. Yeah, I put Conklin. I didn't take him straight up. I put him in a same game parlay, which I'll post a little bit after this. But cool. All right, so we're hit a half hour. Anything that we haven't talked about that you're on for this game?
No, I think that's about it.
Cool. All right. So everything, I'll post it again just in case people forgot. Everything that we're on is in the live stream. I got to say, the live stream, it's been 3 days of it, have been on fire so far. Granted, again, it's been 3 days, but up 15.5, a little less than 15.5 units on the live stream. Let's go. So yeah, no pressure, but you do have a lot
I saw how much you were up, and I was very impressed. So
yeah, well, it's not all me. A slop who people have referenced a lot on Thursday hit a +567 same game parlay, and then my friend Josh, it's crazy. So what he did was he did it like Isaiah Likely same game parlay, and obviously Isaiah Likely blew up, so he catch that in like the first half. And then my friend Josh came on yesterday and we went through every NFL game and he was up 5, almost like just under 6 units yesterday with his. So yeah, no pressure for both of us. I mean, I didn't have as good of a day as him yesterday, but yeah, no pressure, but cool. All right. Well, Bridget, appreciate you for joining me. Do you want to tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah. I'll actually be streaming later tonight on Twitch for Monday Night Football. So I'll be live about an hour before kickoff, twitch.tv/Bridget Case. You can also click the link in any of my social media platforms, which you can find me at Bridget Case. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I
put it in the chat.
I usually retweet whatever Matt has, so you can find me on X.
I put your twitch.tv.
Perfect.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. Check her out. Yeah, I'll be on there whenever. Probably most Thursdays.
Yeah, so we'll have Matt come on Thursdays.
Yeah. So catch me on there. Yeah, everybody go check that out. Everybody go follow her on Twitter. Bridget, I appreciate you for joining me, and let's all win our bets tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
and I was trying to get the hearts to go. Come on.
Well, sometimes I like the thumbs up. Maybe a streamer doesn't do that. Maybe it depends on the software.
Maybe it's Yeah, what the heck? I was really hoping. Oh, okay.
Everybody knows what you're doing. Cool. All right. See you guys.
All right, bye guys.